I've said it once, I'll say it again. There's always something happening within the gaming community, and controversy yet again. I've got two news stories for you today. One's a rumour, the other one is to do with kids being banned and arrested for playing games in India. The other involves Sony and Take-Two Interactive, but we'll get to that one in a bit. So there's been loads of news articles over the years to do with, governments deciding that games are bad for you, banning certain games, and a lot of it, don't get me wrong, it's not justified, not in any way, shape or form. Rumour, that nearly got banned in the UK because of its alleged sexual content that was never actually there. But this latest game has certainly been banned because the Indians are not happy about it. Indian parents are shocked by it and they don't like it. The Indian government has decided, well, we're going to be the parents. I don't necessarily agree with that. And they've not just banned it, but they are arresting people if you're caught playing it. So what is this shocking new game, I hear you all asking? Well, it's Players Unknown Battleground. I can certainly think of a lot more worse games than this, like that game Rape Day, and if you follow my channel you already know about that one. Well then, Players Unknown Battleground. If you don't know, it's a free-to-download survival-themed battle game in which online gamers are placed on an island and have to eliminate other players to be the sole survivors. And really, this is the game that's been upsetting a lot of Indians ever since its launch as a mobile app last year. If you live in the state of Gujarat, then you already know the game received a ban in January this year. And the game, which has reportedly been blamed for being extremely addictive amongst the youngsters, has been under the radar of various government bodies for the last 6 months for being, and this next bit is laughable, a demon in every house. To date, there has been a total of 16 arrests. And that's just unbelievable. I mean, could you imagine? You sat there, quietly, peacefully, enjoying your game, whether it's on the mobile app or whatever, and there's a knock at the door, and it's a policeman, and he's there to arrest you for playing a video game, and you get taken to jail for playing a video game? Heaven forbid that there's anybody committing any real crimes, like robbery or murder. Society's problems and video games, and blaming it on video games, is not the answer. And having a government suddenly become your parent, Big Brother, is not the answer. I'm really getting tired of hearing this and seeing that video games are being blamed for everything, where in fact video games have been proven to be doing totally the opposite. The Oxford University had conducted the latest study, and that was actually published in the 13th of February this year. And just reading it, it had actually concluded that researchers of the Oxford Internet Institute, University of Oxford, have found no relationship between aggressive behaviour in teenagers and the amount of time spent playing violent video games. They also did add the idea that a violent video game drive real-world aggression is a popular one, but it hasn't tested well over time. They also went on to say that despite interest in the topic by parents and policymakers, the research has not demonstrated that there is a cause for concern. They basically concluded that real anger and aggression in the world and violent video games do not go in hand to hand. So you cannot blame violence in the real world on a bloody video game, because it's not causing the effect. Society's problems are not being caused by video games. So the quicker the rest of the world, politicians, mum and dad, start to realise this, the fucking better. Because I'm getting tired of reading about this. Don't get me wrong, binging of any type is no good to anybody. and we do know that people will binge on video games, but it's actually been proven that certain video games can actually improve the likes of your eyesight. It's been proven. So playing the likes of Call of Duty, think about it, the rapid eye movement that you're using to watch for everything that happens on screen. You're constantly working the muscles, the vision's going in and out all the time. You are improving your eyesight. And if you think what I'm telling you is nothing but a load of bullshit, then go and watch this video on YouTube. Your brain on video games. It is really enlightening, and it just proves what a lot of us have known for a long time now, that certainly video gaming in the correct way will actually improve your life. So, yet again, games are being thrown in the limelight and are being blamed for society's problems, because obviously all video games, especially violent ones, make you a violent individual and make you go out and commit crime, shoot people, kill people, beat people up. So let's conclude this one. Video gaming is not damaging to your health if done correctly, and it should not be blamed for society's problems. So you fucking governments, start waking up for Christ's sakes and stop using video games as a quick cop-out. Right, moving on to our second subject, and something which, you know what, the second I heard this, oh my god. Sony to buy Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar Games claims rumours. I'm going to point this one out straight away, it's only a rumour. But can you imagine if Sony do buy Take-Two Interactive? Grand Theft Auto only on the next PlayStation 5? Even though this is only a rumour, this is supposed to be some sort of board leak, and the rumour does also come from an unnamed financial source, but it's been enough to see the Take-Two share prices jump up by 6.8%. Now, obviously, despite the enormous success that Rockstar Games has had, it hasn't always reflected well on the parent company, which is Take-Two, who have actually often struggled, but they do have a very well and good NBA 2K sports titles. As a result, EA attempted to buy Take-Two back in 2008, but after 7 months of negotiations, decided the asking price was too much. But could you imagine that these two franchises in the future only being available on a Sony console, NBA 2K, and certainly Grand Theft Auto? And let's not forget how successful Red Dead has been. Thoughts on this one is, God blimey, if it happened then great. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Sony fan, but at the same time, that would be so unfair to every other console developer out there, the likes of Microsoft. You know, you've got these amazing titles that would only be available on a Sony console. That's not right. I could see maybe some timed exclusives, but I couldn't see a full exclusive. You know, the amount of money these companies would also lose would be incredible. So let's keep an eye on this one. Let's see how this one develops, and let's see if this actually does come true. Again, it's a rumour, but it's gaining a lot of momentum. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up. Obviously, thoughts on these two subjects is now with you guys. Let me know your feelings, let me know your feedback in the comments below, and let's get the debate rolling on these two issues. As always, thoroughly enjoyed bringing you some news about what's happening out there in the gaming world. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you've made it to the end of this video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you again. Take care.